Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we want to see how we can build our own online store with Hostinger. We will do everything step by step, and I promise you, if you follow along, you will have a working online store at the end of the tutorial. But before we start, really important, below this video, you will find my partner link, and this will make sure that you will get the best deal from Hostinger. And in a second, I will also show you where you can enter my coupon code, so you get an extra 10% off. So in order to start, just click on the link. It will take you to a page looking like this, and here you see you get an extra 75% off. We do want to use the website builder of Hostinger. We don't want to use WordPress in this tutorial. So please go ahead and click here on eCommerce website builder, and now scroll down, and here you can choose this plan. This is the eCommerce plan. This will give you the functionality to accept different payment options, and you will also have access to all the AI features. Those are pretty cool. Stay tuned for that. They are really advanced compared to other services. Yeah, let's choose this plan. Just click add to cart, and here you can choose the length of your plan. This is what I'm most comfortable with. After the renewal, you will pay roughly $10 per month. Here on the 48-month plan, it's $9, but I think that's not much of a difference. And I think 4 years, it's a lot of commitment, so I'm just comfortable with 2 years. And you always have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so don't worry. You can always go back. Yeah, just create your account, and down here you can enter the coupon code, which I was promising. So just go ahead and type in JULIANWEBER and click apply, and this will give you an extra 10% on your price. For now, just type in your first name, your email address, and then you can pay via credit card, PayPal, Google Pay, Apple Pay, and even Bitcoin. So this is pretty cool. So this works like in a normal checkout, and then you have your account. So please go ahead and do this really quickly, and we will see us in the next step. Once you've logged in, you will get the question, do you want to create or migrate a website? I'm pretty sure every one of you want to create a new website. So go ahead and choose this option. And then in the next step, they will ask you which content management system you want to use. Do you want to use WordPress or their own Hostinger website builder? And of course, we want to do the Hostinger website builder in this case. So choose the right option and click next. In the next step, they launch their AI, and now sit tight. This is really, really nice because it's very advanced, and I haven't seen this in other website builders yet because it works really, really great. So we start the AI, and now we can select the website type. So you can go an online store, a landing page, a blog, a restaurant, but I will go like a business website. And for this tutorial, I want to build a gym. So I will just call this Julian's Gym. And now you need to give it a prompt, and you can just describe whatever website or business you're trying to build here. And you don't have to type it. You have a microphone icon here. You can click it and then dictate whatever your prompt should be. So I will go ahead and do this now. I want to build a website for my gym. It's called Julian's Gym, and we offer bodybuilding classes, yoga classes, spinning classes, and much more. And I also want to have an online shop selling merch and protein powder. And here it's important that you give the AI a lot of text to work with. For this example, I think it's enough now. So we can click on create a website, and now the AI is working its magic and building the site for us. So this didn't took longer than 30 seconds. I'm always amazed how well this works already. And now we have a full-blown website for Julian's Gym. They choose the images, they put in the headline, transform your fitness journey at Julian's Gym, and even put a star rating here. So this is pretty cool. And as you can see, the pictures are quite nice and well chosen. And you have your bodybuilding classes, your yoga classes, and the online shop. So this is really nice. And even a gallery of the gym. And even a footer with social media icons, the address, and a newsletter box. So this is pretty cool. We also have a couple of pages here, and it's also mobile optimized. So the whole site is already on mobile available. I think it's pretty cool that Hostinger does it that well. I haven't seen this before. If you're not happy with this step, so you can always go back to the AI and give it a new prompt or edit your prompt. But I think this is a good foundation to build my site now. So I can go ahead and click edit site. And this brings me directly to the editor of Hostinger. Here you will have like a short to-do list. So start your website journey, edit the headline, upload some image. And we will do this in a second. But before we start, I want to show you one thing, which is the global design settings. So here you have all the colors which are used on your website. You have the fonts and the button style and the animations, how the website will behave when someone comes to the website. So if you have your own branding colors, you can go ahead here and change those. This is a hex color code. Just Google it. It's just a hashtag and some digits, and every color there is has its own hex color code. So you can go ahead and type in the hex color code here, or you can just pick a new color, for example, pink, and then accept, and then this will change the button color to pink on all pages. And you can see how many times this is used. So this is really cool. If you already have a brand guide or your own flyers or your own business cards, then you can go ahead and choose the same color for your website. If you don't have it, just stick to the green from the template, because I think it fits best. Same goes with fonts. If you don't like the fonts, or you choose to have other fonts on different flyers or so, then you can go ahead and have different fonts here. And the same goes for buttons. You can have these round buttons which are pre-selected, or you can change to a different style of buttons here. And there's also animations. I would just stick to it because the slide animation is quite nice. I just wanted to show you this in advance because you don't want to jump in and change the button color 13 times. That's why you have the global design options on the left, and you can always go there and change it for every page, and you don't have to do it manually for every headline or for every button. So let's go back to our to-do list, and it says adding a heading text. So you can just go in and add the heading text. For example, we could write transform your body, make it a little bit shorter. And if it doesn't fit in one line, we can always go ahead here and make the font size a little bit smaller. As you know it from Word or PowerPoint, you can just have like bold fonts, italic, and underline it. Yeah, this is how you change the headline. Same goes for the paragraph. Just jump in and click edit. You can also change the color here. But as said earlier, if you change something in the design, you should always do this in the global design options. And of course, since it's a drag and drop editor, we can move it around. So you can always go ahead and move these blocks around, these content blocks, and add some space here, for example, if you want that. So this is quite simple how you edit your text. And of course, same goes for buttons. You can just click it and say edit button. And here you can change the text, for example, contact us. And then with a button, it's always important that it links to something. You can have it linked to a different web address, for example, to your YouTube channel, to your Instagram page, or you can link it to a page on this website. And then you can select, for example, here, it would make sense to select the contact page. And whenever someone clicks the button, it will open up the contact page. But you can also link it to a different section on your website, or you can open up an email address. This is usually when you click on an email address on the web, and then the mail program of your laptop opens up. Or you can have the same with a phone number. So when you are on mobile and someone clicks on a phone number, it will directly dial the phone number for you. This is pretty cool. And you also have the option, if someone clicks the button, then it will open up in a new tab. This has the benefit that the person will stay on the home page, and on the new tab, they can go to the contact page. Yeah, you can also change the style of the button, for example, the color, the size, and animate it. But as said, we will do this in the global design options, right? So yeah, just make sure every button is linked to something. This is the important part. And this was the first section. And the first section also has like a background image, and we can of course change that. So we can click here on edit section, and here's the image. So we can go ahead and upload our own image, which is pretty cool. We also have free images here. They come from Unsplash, which is a cool database for free stock images. You can just type in gym, for example, and it will give you a bunch of new pictures from people inside the gym. We already have this on our page and this one. So as you can see, hosting is taking a lot of pictures from there. But yeah, you could change, for example, to this picture and then add to page. And now the picture is changed. But I like the first one better, so I can always undo steps here and go back to her, because I like showing real people on my website, because then people can connect to it. But if you don't want to have a picture in the background, you can also have a video in the background, which is pretty cool and quite nice if you land on such a homepage. Or you can, if you want to have it a little bit more boring, you can just choose like a basic color, for example, this one. So then it's more clean and a little bit less distracting. And maybe some people will focus more on the button if it would have a different color here. So yeah, now the button sticks out a little bit more. But again, I like this picture a lot, so I will just stick to it. And yeah, this section is quite small, so we can make it a little bit bigger and just change the height here so you can see her doing her workout, and then just move these elements a little bit down. As you can see, it's a wonderful drag and drop builder, so we can just select the stuff and just change it wherever we want. So now we have already done quite something. We changed the headline, the paragraphs, we linked the button, we changed the background image, and we added the section. And now you would go ahead and change all the other sections. For example, you can just jump in and change the text, the paragraphs, or the numbers. So if you have more customers than 150, you can go 250, or change this text, for example, the founding year or something. Or you can also add new stuff. So if we have this, we can also duplicate it and just have the same style here, and then duplicate this text, put it here. Aligns quite nicely. And we could say, for example, founded in 2015, so people know we are around for quite some time already. And I'm pretty sure you have your own images. So again, here, go on edit image and just upload your own image. Or, which is also pretty cool, I haven't shown you this, you can also generate an image. So if you click on generate image, it will pop up in AI. And here, I'm pretty sure it's Adobe Firefly because it's quite sophisticated. And you can give it a prompt and it will automatically generate an image for you. So let's try this. I just typed in, I need an image of people at the gym doing yoga. And now I can go ahead and create the image. So this is quite nice, I think. For example, this picture, if I put it in. So yeah, you can see it's done by AI because the people don't have any faces. But if you don't take it too close a look, I think it's already quite nice. But yeah, you can rework this. The AI is normally not so good with people. So let's try something different. I'll go ahead and say I need a picture of weights at the gym. This picture is really nice, I think. You really have to look at it to tell that it's not a real picture. And I'm pretty sure the AI will just get better from here. But just to show you this, you can also generate your own images from the AI, I think using Adobe Firefly. But I like the women here best because it's most engaging, real people, because pictures are such an important thing on your website. So let's stick with this picture. And again, you can also make it a little bit bigger so you can see a lot more of them doing their sport. And yeah, this is the next section, and you would go ahead and just edit all the sections. For example, this one, I would, for example, add buttons to this because, I mean, people get that they can click on text or the image, but I think buttons are more clear. So we will go to add element, and here we have all the content elements which we can add. For example, a text, a button, an image, a gallery, or even a video from YouTube, an Instagram feed. So if you have an Instagram feed for your gym, for example, you can show everything there. And even a contact form, a subscribe button, and some social icons. Yeah, but we just need a simple button. And we can go here and just say edit button, learn more. And later we will link this to the bodybuilding classes. But for now, we just want to add the buttons here for every class, yoga classes, and for the online shop. Maybe here you can change it to shop now and have a different call to action. So now we have learned how to add new content elements to one section, but what if we want to add an entirely new section? There's a button for this showing here, so you can just click on the button, and then Hostinger will give us some templates for new sections, for example, for an about section, contact form, for example, if you want to have a contact form on your homepage, which is also really good because people then directly find where to contact you. But we can also go ahead and generate a new section for us. So for example, I can say I want a new section where people can contact me and get directions from Google Maps. Let's see what the AI does with that information. It will take a few seconds. Yeah, and now we have a contact section. Unfortunately, it didn't add the contact form here, but it added the Google Maps, and we can go ahead and just type in our own address here. For example, I don't know, New York, and then it will directly show you a map of New York. And the only thing we need to do now is to add like a contact form here. So we will pull the section a little bit bigger and then go here to contact form. And now just put in the contact form so people can contact us here. And yeah, here you will have some settings just for the contact form. For example, which fields you want to have. You can add new fields if you want. For example, like a multiple choice answer, a short answer. You can change the button here to contact, and also have like a thank you message at the end. For example, thank you, we will answer you within 24 hours. So this is how you would build like a new section on your homepage. So yeah, this is the homepage. Feel free to get creative, edit the text, change the images, add new sections which you want to describe, add more services. I'm pretty sure probably a gym has more than 3 services. You can just always make them bigger and add more and copy paste. But of course, a website is mostly not a one-pager. It has more than one page. And this is what we want to do now, add another page. We can do this here and just click on the icons on the left. This is the home page. We also have a class page, which the AI generated for us. Here you can see that it's already filled with some content. I mean, it's just a headline, some images and a button. We can do better, I think, but we also have the contact page, which we can link to from our button on our homepage, for example. And this one is pretty good already. It has an image, the contact form, and the contact section. So if we don't want to have this on the homepage, we can just go ahead and delete this section. Just click here on delete and the section will be gone. Yeah, back to pages. Of course, we want to add more pages, and we can just click add more pages. And then we see a similar pop-up what we had with a section, because Hostinger will give us more templates for entire pages. For example, if we want to have a contact page, they usually have the form on it and the Google Maps and some images. But we can also have a service page, a project page, or an about page where you can describe your company and your team of, let's say, fitness trainers. And again, we also have generate pages with AI, and I will try this again and just give it a prompt. So I just put in, I want a new page describing my yoga classes, and visitors should be able to book their next class. And now I click generate page, and it will give me a new page saying yoga classes and some images and a button for reserve your next class, and also customer reviews, and also a contact field and some directions. I think this is pretty cool. Of course, we probably don't need every section. So you can, for example, delete this one. I think this one is pretty nice. The contact form, you can decide if you want to have it here. Probably at the end would be a good spot, so you can always move sections up and down. So I would put the contact form at the very end. And now I think this page makes already sense to me. And again, go ahead and add new elements to it, maybe a video welcoming the people, or change the images to your own. But we want to make sure now that the page is not lost here in the menu, because this is directly linked to the menu. So the page was just added, and we can drag it around here. For example, if we want to have the home page and then the yoga class. Unfortunately, it says classes, so we want to change that and rename it to yoga class, and save it. And now it's called yoga class. And as you might have guessed, it doesn't really make sense to have classes and yoga classes here. That's why we can move it down a little bit, and we can make it a sub pages of classes. So you just go ahead and go here and move to drop down. And now the yoga class is a subpage of classes. So if someone comes to the page and hovers their mouse cursor over classes, then it will pop up yoga classes. So all we need to do is now to create a couple of more pages for, let's say, our spinning classes or bodybuilding classes. And then we put every page under classes, and people will have an overview of all our fitness classes we have in our gym. Right, so that's pretty cool. And you can, of course, do more here. You can have the page URL, you can duplicate it. So if you just have one template for your classes, you can duplicate it and change the text manually. You can also protect it by a password, so only people with a password can open the page. And really important, we have some SEO settings. This is usually important that people will find your page on Google. So yoga classes, book your next session. This is very broad. We want to nail this down a little bit. For example, yoga classes in New York City. And I think New York City is pretty big, so there will be a lot more yoga classes. So maybe you want to be specific. For example, yoga classes, I don't know different yoga forms, but let's say yin yoga classes in New York City, book your next session online. This is now way more specific because you have yin yoga and yin yoga classes in New York City. I think there will be only like 4 or 5 different classes matching this. So if someone searches this on Google, then your page is more likely to pop up at the very top, right? And also the description, you want to change the description here and put in some more keywords. If you don't know what keywords are, please go ahead and Google that. The whole topic of SEO is a little bit too broad for this tutorial, but make sure that you are specific. So as said, just yoga classes is too general. There are a million different yoga classes in the States. So yeah, make it specific as possible. So if someone searches for this, then they will find you, hopefully at the very top of Google, right? So yeah, and then you have the page URL, and you can always copy this. Now this is a dummy URL because this is just an example for this tutorial. But if you have your own URL, you can just now copy it and then share it on social media or in a newsletter funnel or wherever you want to share it. But yeah, make sure for every page which should appear on Google, you will edit the SEO section here. And a general tip is to make it specific and not broad, because otherwise Google will just ignore your site. So yeah, now we know how to add new pages. We can add it here. And if you add a new page and you do not want to show it yet to your audience, then you can click on settings. And if we would have published our website yet, which we didn't, then you could also hide the page from your page. So you can work on it, and only if it's ready, you can publish it, the single page. But now this option is not available, which makes sense because we didn't even publish our entire site. Yeah, and one last thing for SEO purposes, you also have a social image, which is the image you will see if someone shares your link on Facebook or on WhatsApp. And so make sure that on your major pages, you also have a social image, which makes it more shareable and more professional, and just upload your own image here. Or for example, for the yoga class, we can just select an image, which was the AI image. But yeah, for now, I think it's okay. This will be the image which will be displayed if someone shares your link. So now you know how to add new pages, how to add new content on your pages, and how to manage the menu here, right? So let's go a little bit over the other settings. For example, here you have the AI tools. We saw the image generator. You have more AI tools. For example, you can write entire blog posts. You have the SEO assistant, and you also have a logo maker from Hostinger. But I tried this. It's not really that great. So I will show you in the next step how you can make a better logo for your website. Because right now we just have this one here. It's just a text saying Julian's Gym. And I can recommend you Canva for this. I will link it for you down in the description of this video. So make sure to choose my link because it will also give you a good offer. And Canva is a design tool which is nice because it will give you a lot of templates. So I just typed in gym logo and it will give me all these logos, and I think they're pretty cool. They look professional, and you can just use them, edit them, and make it your own. For example, I like this one. Then I can go ahead and say customize this template, and now I can call it Julian's Gym to stick to the brand, and it's a fitness and let's say yoga center. And then I can simply go ahead and download it. And now I click on the old logo and I can replace the logo, and I just upload my own logo, select it, and now it placed my logo inside the header, and it made the header a little bit bigger, but we can change the logo width a little bit, and now the header gets a little bit smaller. Yeah, just play around with that. I think Canva is a pretty good tool. You can change everything. You can change even the colors quite quickly. So for example, now this is a complete different logo. Make sure you use the link because it will give you some premium features, and you can then download the logo and just upload it to your website. And speaking of logos, one more thing is really important to do. We also want to change the icon on top here, which is called a favicon, a fav icon. Then we can go ahead here and go to the general settings. And here you have your fav icon, and we want to upload this here, and it could be a version of your logo. For example, the one we've just created, this one has a lot of text. Of course, you would not be able to read this. So I just decided to use this guy here for my fav icon, and then I can just click here add image and then save. And now when someone opens up our website, this guy will be here on top. I will show you this in a minute. Once we go live, it will replace the icon of Hostinger. Here's also that you want to have a link preview image for your general homepage. So just as we did with the social images, just add one image representing your homepage. And now let's take a closer look at the other settings we have. For example, we can add a block here. We can add appointments. So when someone books a class on your website, this is where you do this with appointments. And you have integrations, which is, for example, Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel, if you want to run ads to your page, WhatsApp, Google AdSense, and so on. So you can integrate a lot of stuff, even with custom code on your website. This would be here under integrations. If someone then sends you a contact form, you will have it here. So you can see a list of people who submitted a form on your website. And you also have some analytics, so you don't really need Google Analytics from the start. You have some basic analytics here, so let's say like page views and where the people are coming from and which pages they visit. Here you have the SEO settings, which we have seen already, and you have your media library with all your pictures. And one last thing, which might be really important for some people, you can have the website in multiple languages. So Hosting is supporting that with this feature here. Just click it and then you can have your website in Spanish, in German, in Italian, or whatever you choose. And one really exclusive thing, which I haven't seen in any other website builder, you can export your content to WordPress, because Hostinger is also mainly a hosting service for WordPress sites. Maybe that's why they built this feature. I think it's pretty cool that you can always transfer your content to a WordPress site. But I like the website editor of Hosting a lot, and you can do a lot of stuff with it, a lot of AI features, and you can also add an online store to your page, which is also pretty cool. But for now, the website is now done. We have a logo, we have multiple sites, we have our yoga class, and of course you will add more classes, for example, the bodybuilding class. And in the next video, I will show you how to build an online shop with Hostinger. But for now, we've set everything up. We added the content, we added image, and all we need to do before we will go live, just check your pages on mobile. Hostinger is usually doing a really good job on this, so you don't really have to change a lot. For example, here, just make this section a little bit bigger so we have some white space here. But as you can see, this looks good. So just check it. If you've added a lot of elements, then you probably need to do some work here. So make sure the mobile version looks great too. But if you're now sure that the desktop version looks great, the mobile version looks great, then we can go live. So just click go live. And since I haven't purchased a domain, it will give me a dummy domain here. But of course, if you run through the tutorial, you can connect your own domain. But for now, I'm happy with the dummy domain, and I click visit site. And now I see the website on the web, and I can browse through it. I can click it and I can go to the different pages, for example, the yoga class, and yeah, take a look at everything. And of course, we haven't linked every button now, so this is your job now to link every button and every content element, and also the social media icons here, because if you go here, it will just link you to Instagram. So that's why you just need to link everything up. But I'm pretty sure you're confident in this now. And yeah, this is how you build a Hostinger website step by step. If you liked the tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you use the link hostinger.com/JulianWeber. And also my coupon code, which will give you an extra 10%. Just type in JulianWeber in the checkout here, and you will get an extra 10% on top. Yeah, thank you for listening, and we will see us in the next video. Or if you watch the online shop tutorial, we will now see us in the next step, building the online store. Welcome back to the second part of this video. In this part, I want to show you how you can add an online store to your new website. So we have the gym website here, and now we want to have an online store where we can sell, for example, supplements or clothing. And this is quite easy with Hostinger. We just have to go on the left to this icon and then click on Add Store. And this took only a second, and now Hostinger added a store for us. And there are already some dummy products in there, so cap and some candles or flowers. And now the first step would be that we want to add our own products, right? So we can go on online store, and here we have again our own to-do list from Hostinger. I think it's quite nice. And it says in the first part, add a product. So we're going to do this. And now Hostinger brings us to the dashboard of the online store. And we have to select our country, and I will go ahead and select US. I'm based in Germany, but I think most of you will watching from the US. So I'm going to choose this. And now we are inside our dashboard of the shop owner. This is not something the visitor of your website will see. This is just for you. And here we can go ahead and add the first product, or if you already have a CSV file of products, you can import your products here. But let's go ahead and click on add a product. And now we have the option to have a physical product, for example, some shoes or clothing, or you can also have a digital product, maybe a sound file or a video. And you can also offer your services. So if you're a personal trainer, you can offer a personal training session. You can also collect donation if you're a charity. And there's also appointments, which is a little bit more specific than services because people are able to select a date and time. So they really have an appointment with you and already book their slot ahead of time. But let's start simple with a physical product. Just choose this one. And now we can add some images. I recommend adding up to 4 to 5 images here because this is the number people are used to from e-commerce sites such as Amazon. I'll go ahead and choose these 2 images from my hard drive and just upload those. And this is a protein powder, as you can see. So this is just an image of a box with protein powder in it and a shaker. And now we could also add like a video from YouTube showcasing the product, which is, I think, pretty cool. But which is even more fascinating is the fact that Hostinger can automatically generate titles, subtitles, and this product description for us just from the picture. So this is the AI again playing its magic. So we can click on generate text. And now the AI is analyzing the image we just uploaded and will generate automatically a title, protein powder, high quality protein powder supplement. The ribbon on the product will be bestseller, and the description is elevate your fitness game with our premium protein powder, ideal for athletes and fitness enthusiasts, and so on and so on. But of course you can always go in and, I don't know, make some changes to it and give it some bullet points, for example, if you want to list some product features. And you can also have some headlines in the description, upload an image even inside the description and a video. So there's a lot of things you can do inside the description. But I think it's pretty cool that the AI helps us here with the product description, because this can be a very cumbersome task sometimes, especially if you have like 100 different products in your store. So this is really a nice add-on having this generate text button here. And as said, Hostinger is quite advanced with the AI features compared to other website builders. So this is a big plus for you if you choose Hostinger. And let's see now, of course, you would go in and tweak the title to your liking and how you want to have it inside your store. And of course, same goes with the description. But let's go ahead and see what else we can do. For example, we can add some more informations here about your product and store policies. So you can add an info section, just give it a title and a description, or maybe a video explaining the product. So this is quite nice that you have an extra space for some text. But the most important part is, of course, having a price tag on your product, because people should buy it, right? And here we can go in and just set the price. For example, we can say $20 for the product. We can also have a discounted price. So if you run a promotion, you can say, okay, the product is on sale, let's say $17 per unit. And you can also add a stock keeping unit. So this is a unique number to identify your individual products in your store. I'm pretty sure everyone who's a little bit familiar with e-commerce knows what a stock keeping unit is. So please go ahead and fill it in. And of course, protein powder always has a weight. So for example, this product could be 15 ounces or 500 grams if you're based in Europe and use the metric system. And of course, which is also really important in an online store, that you track the quantities. For example, if we have 20 protein powders boxes inside our storage, then we can set it up here. And every time someone purchases a new one, this number, of course, counts down. So the system keeps track of our inventory. And of course, a lot of products have different options. For example, shoes have different sizes, or t-shirts have a small, medium, large. And even the protein powder here could be different weights. So you can say, for example, 10 ounces, or add a new row with 15 ounces, or 30 ounces. And of course you would do the same with a metric system, just put grams or kilograms here and then click save. And now you have added different sizes of the product, and of course every variation has a different price. So we can go to manage variants, and here we can give different prices to the different sizes. For example, this would be a little bit cheaper, let's say 15. And of course we need to adapt the discounted price. So I will just delete the discounted price, and this would be, I don't know, $28. And then you can go ahead and also change the weight here, because this is just the name of the variant. But for delivery purposes, we also put in the weight here. So this is updated now. And of course, maybe the bigger sizes, you don't have that many boxes in stock. So let's say 10, and smaller sizes is also not that common to order. So let's say 5, and here you have 20 different protein powder boxes in stock, and you can set the quantity here. So this is very important if you have different variations of the product. As said, like clothing is often has different variations, but even stuff like the protein powder can have different weights. And you want to have this because you can then set up different prices and different delivery information depending on the weight, for example. And of course, you don't want to have one product for each variation, right? Because if you're selling a shoe, and there are a lot of shoe sizes, so you don't want to have like 20 different products inside your store for just one shoe. Let's go ahead and click save. If you don't want to have this, you can just go ahead and just delete it again. And we keep our simple product here, the protein powder with 15 ounces for $20. So these are the options and the variations you can set. And you, of course, have a custom field. For example, if you have a print-on-demand shop, you can have the customer put in their name, and then you print the name on a cup or a t-shirt. And that's why you also have the ability to add a custom field to your product. In this case, we don't really need it because it's just a protein powder. And now we could click save and go to categories, because this is a little bit of a different topic. And of course, an online store has multiple products, and those are in different categories. And to organize your store, we would like to add different categories. And I will go ahead and enter the first one, protein powder, and click save. And of course, we could add, I don't know, t-shirts. And yeah, you would just go ahead and enter all the different categories you're going to sell. And of course, once the category is set, we need to click on it, and then we can assign products to it. And here we have our protein powder. And of course, this goes under the category protein powder. And yeah, of course, you would go ahead and add more protein powders, different flavors, different sizes, and then assign all of these to protein powder, and then click save. And before we want to display this in our store now and see how it looks in the front end for our customers, let's stay in the back end for a couple of more minutes, and I will show you some of these items here on the left inside the menu. So orders, this is where you're going to see if someone orders something from your store. You will see how many they ordered, where they're coming from, and their address, so you can fulfill the order. And same goes with appointments. If you're a trainer and someone booked an appointment on, let's say, Friday morning, you will see a calendar here where you can then manage all your appointments. And of course, every good online store has some discount and promotions, and here you can just add a discount. You can set a percentage, you can have a fixed amount, call it Black Friday or summer sale, and then have a start and an ending date for your promotion. And as it says here, the discount will be applicable to all products and services. And of course, every online store needs some marketing, so we can just leave it unsaved. And this is just a list of different channels you can use. For example, Google Ads. If you click the link, you just land on Google Ads or Facebook Ads. So this is not something Hostinger really set up here. It's just a list of channels which you can get familiar with. So you don't really need this tab here, but I think it's funny that they show it here. And of course, if you want to see some analytics of your store, I mean, how many people ordered today, what was the average order value, and what revenue you made, you will see this inside here. And if you need some more analytics, we've seen before where we have the integrations for Google Analytics. Because this site is very static, you can't even change the time here. So it's just the order numbers, the order value, and the revenue of the last 30 days. And the last part is store settings, because now we need to go ahead and set up some payments and some shipments and some taxes before we are able to sell something inside our store. So let's go step by step, starting at the beginning, our store details. Here you can just set up your store name and change the currency. For example, for me, it would make more sense to use the metric system in Germany. So I click save, and of course a different currency. So in Europe you have the euro. Click save, and now this would be customized to Germany. And some company information, of course, you can upload your logo, your email address, your address, which is important if you have a shop for returning packages, then they can send it here. So just go ahead and fill it out. The next part is really important, the payments. So there's no e-commerce without a payment provider. And you have two main parties here. You have PayPal. Everyone kind of loves PayPal because it protects you. And now you would go ahead and just click connect, and it brings you to a PayPal page where you can then just sign up for PayPal Business. And it will take a couple of minutes. You have to fill in your data and get verified. But then you basically have a business PayPal account, and you can accept PayPal payments inside your store. And same goes with the other option you've seen here. And this is Stripe. Stripe is basically the biggest online payment provider there is. So a lot of e-commerce platforms like Shopify, WooCommerce, Wix, Hostinger, they all use Stripe. And Stripe is basically there for accepting Visa, Master, and Amex payments, and of course Apple Pay and Google Pay, because a lot of people like this to pay with Apple Pay or Google Pay on mobile because it's convenient. And here, same goes for Stripe as we did for PayPal. You just go ahead, click here on connect, and it will bring you to Stripe. And here, again, type in your email, your business email address, and then it will take you through the steps to set up your Stripe account. I won't do this right now because it's cumbersome and it just takes 10-20 minutes for yourself, and I can't even show you my personal data anyway. So just go ahead and do this. Rest assured, they made it easy for you to sign up because they want your money. And there's not really another way to do it. I mean, some website builders or e-commerce systems have their own payment gateway, but trust me, Stripe is sort of the gold standard out there, and it's the cheapest, and they have the best rates. And yeah, just Google it. Stripe is just a massive company. It's like Google, Apple, this size of a company. So yeah, you will be fine. And just one hint at this part of the tutorial, you always have processing fees. So running an online store, you don't just have the payments for Hostinger and for their plans, but you also have to pay for your payments. So let's click here and take a look at the fees. So here you have a list of different payment fees for different cards. For example, all the cards, Visa, Master, they cost 30 cents per transaction. So every time someone buys something from you, pay a flat fee of 30% just for the transaction, plus 2.9% from the transaction value. So if someone purchases from you for $100, you pay $2.90 for the transaction fee and also 30 cents on top. So you pay $3.20 for a $100 transaction. And same goes for different payment options. For example, Apple Pay, it's also 2.9% and 30 cents. Amazon Pay, Google Pay. So they kind of aligned this. And US bank transfer, of course, you don't need this. But yeah, in general, you can roughly think of like 3% payment processing fees. In Europe, it's a little bit cheaper. For example, here in Germany, it's 1.9% and 25 cents. So this varies depending on the region. America is a little bit more expensive here. This is a bummer, but this is the same for all e-commerce platforms. So just go ahead and then connect Stripe. There's not really a way around that because this is just the word and the processing fees. And of course, you can have manual payments. For example, if you have a store, then people can purchase it online and pay for it later inside your store. We can also add that and just, payment method named at the checkout, pay at store, and payment instruction, bring the cash. Yeah, and we can click save. I just enabled that because I want to show you like a test order in the end. And so I don't have to use like a credit card for this. And yeah, this is pretty much the payment settings. Let's go back to store settings, click on it. And now we of course need some shipping informations. And here you can create different zones. For example, this is United States and you have 57 states inside here, and you can set different rates. You can name it, for example, regular. And below here, we can set the shipping options. So we can go ahead and say, okay, if someone, we can add conditions here, for example, order price or weight. So if you're selling a lot of heavy items, it would make sense to go by weight. But let's say here in our case, it makes sense to have different order prices. So if someone is between 0 and 99 euros, the shipping rate is, let's say, 5 euros. So this is the regular, and add another option. We can call it free shipping. So if someone is above 100, it's free. So we just leave it empty for free, and say if someone is over 100 euros, set the minimum to 100 and then click add. Yeah, now we have something which you generally see in an online store. If someone is below, let's say 100 euros or $100, then the person pays 5 euros or $5 for the shipping. And if someone purchases above 100, then it's free. And this would be the settings for United States, but we can go back, set a different zone, and for example go Canada, and here you would select the country, and let's go to Canada. And now the system automatically knows which states to choose, and then click save. And here of course you can make it a little bit more expensive if you're based in the US, or have your different conditions as seen earlier, like depending on the price and the weight. So yeah, but let's keep things simple and just assume we just ship to the United States. I will go ahead and delete this, and we go with this for now. And then back to the store settings, and let's go to checkout and see, okay, what we want to see at the checkout. Here it's really important that you update your terms and condition, and you can paste the link to your terms and conditions page. Of course, we've seen how to add new pages, so just go ahead and add a page to your website saying terms and conditions and privacy policy, and then you could go ahead and link those here, because in some countries it's really important that you show these legal pages during the checkout page. And the store language is English, but you can go ahead and change that. And a lot of people also ask me if you have some custom fields at the checkout, and you can go ahead and add this here, and just ask, for example, for the birthday, or you can ask here for the phone number if you want that. So you can always add an extra field to the checkout. Click save. And really important is the taxes, and we have to add tax rules here. And now it's really important. I'm not a lawyer and a tax consultant, but I can just show you technically how this is done. But I can't give you any warranties that it's correct. So here, for example, in Germany, we have something called Mehrwertsteuer, which is just a VAT. And then we can add the country, Germany in this case, save. And now I can go ahead and call the tax by its name, Mehrwertsteuer, and the tax rate is 19%. I know we're pretty sad about this too. It's quite high. And here you can just choose if you want to have the taxes applied to the shipping costs or not. Again, talk to someone knowing more about taxes here. I'm just a tech guy showing you where to set this up. And then you can click save. And now everyone coming from Germany would see the tax rate. I know in the States it's based by state. So when we go to United States, then you have different states and they have different taxes, but this is an extra topic. So you can go in here and choose different states, and you probably would have to set it up for different states depending on the taxes. But in most other countries in the world, it's just one VAT you have to collect. But here it's taxes. Please make sure that you set it up, because it's quite important that you collect those. And last part is invoices. Here, this is just the invoice the people get. So make sure you call it right and give it a number. And of course, you can add your company logo, your address, your email address, and add some additional information to your invoices. And this is how it will look like. And of course, invoices are important for people, especially in business, B2B, because then you can just deduct it from your next tax payment. So these are the store settings, quite simple and straightforward. Most important are the payment options. PayPal and credit cards, and the shipping costs, of course, and the taxes. And just make sure that you have this, because then we can start selling. So let's go back. Here we have the website manager and the store manager. We are inside the store manager right now. And now we could just go back to the edit the website. And this brings us back to the editor. And now let's see what we have. The store is added. So we have our bestseller here, our protein powder. You can click on it and it brings you to the product page. And here we see the title, the description, and what we've added. So this is all done in the back end, because if you have a store of, let's say, 100 different products, you don't want to create pages here all the time. That's why you have like a content management system in the back end for your pictures, description, and the product page always looks kind of the same, and it pulls the data from the database and puts it on the product page. So you don't have to design every single page. Or let's imagine you want to update something, you would have to call 100 different pages and edit it. So this is quite cumbersome. That's why the organization is that you manage your products inside here, the store manager, and it just pulls the data from the database and puts it on your website, on this product page, or on this store page. And here on the left, you see the different categories. So we have the protein powder, and then it will just show the protein powder. But if we added t-shirts, we would see t-shirt, or yoga mats we would see here. So this is pretty cool. You can also rename it. For example, in some locations, they call it more like an online shop. So if you want to do that, you can change it. And the cool part, it's also changing the page URL. This is still my dummy domain, but if you would have now your personal domain, it would just show the direct domain here. So we can click save and click update website. And let's see how it works now. Yeah, you have your store or shop page here, but you can also, if you are, for example, on the home page and we want to add like a product section somewhere here, let's say our bestseller, we can go ahead and click on add section and click on online store. And here we can now either choose a single product or a whole product list. This would be also the way if you want to have extra pages for each category. So for example, if you don't want to have it all inside the shop page, but you want an extra page, you can go ahead, of course, click add page and then go to online store, choose a different page and call it protein powders and click save. And then we could make this page go under shop. So we can move to a drop down, and here we just want to click on edit section. And now we can filter and just now choose the category. We can deselect the filter option. So we can go in here and say on this page, just show us the protein powder. So and now we would have an extra page just for our protein powders. Of course, you would need to add more to make it a category page, but this would be the way to go if you just don't want to have it all on one page. It makes sense if you have more than, let's say, 10, 20 different products, you can sort them by single category pages. And this is the way you do it. And for some reason, I'm misspelling protein powder always. But yeah, never mind. So yeah, I would recommend you start with a shop page, have all your products sorted by category. And once you reach a level where you can have more product pages or different category pages, then you just deselect it here and choose the different category and just make it one page all about protein powders. And the last part, I wanted to show you that you can also just, as seen before, just add a section to, for example, your homepage. Click on online store, and here you could just showcase a single product or just a list of products. So, but let's go with one product. For example, this would be a newcomer product, and we just want to show our protein powder here. Then we can go click on edit section and again click on product, and then we choose the protein powder, and then it will pull us the data from the database. And now we have on our homepage, we have our protein powder, and you can add elements here and saying like bestseller or something. But this is how you add sections to different pages, or you have entirely dedicated category pages for your products. So this is basically it. Again, here you have the website manager, the store manager. This is where you manage your products. Here you have the pages. So we have a shop page and some category pages you can set up. And now let's click on update page. And Let's go to the site, which is live. Of course, you would have your own domain. And here we can just scroll through our homepage and see, oh, there's a protein powder. Let's go to the shop and check out some more products. And here we have some caps, some sweaters, and sorted by different categories. So go to the protein powder product page. Oh, I really like that. And we have an automatic counter here. So 5 items are left in stock. We can go ahead, add 1 to the bag, and we have a cool animation of our shopping bag here. Then click checkout. And this brings us to checkout page. And here you can select the countries we edited in the shipping section. So we have United States, and we can say, for example, we are based in California. And now it would directly calculate the shipping cost and the taxes. Of course, I called it Mehrwertsteuer, like the German VAT, but you would have added the VAT, the sales tax from California here. And then it will automatically calculate the product price. Here it's also Europe because we changed that, but it could be like $30. And then click continue. And then, of course, you would just enter your full name and country. I just did that. So email, address, state, United States, California, address, city, Los Angeles, postal code, and then just click continue. And now you could choose a popular payment method, which we connected with Stripe or PayPal, or I just say pay at the store and bring the cash, place the order. And now, yeah, thank you for your order. So it's done. And if we go back now to the store manager, we should see the order inside our dashboard. So let's go to orders, and here's the order. So it's me having the first order on the 28th of August. And yeah, you can see all the details here, and the status is unfulfilled. So you can go inside here and mark as fulfilled. So your fulfillment manager could go ahead and then just manage the orders here and mark as paid and mark as fulfilled. So yeah, this is pretty much how it's done. You now have your own logo, your own homepage here. You have your different classes, yoga classes. You can edit the content, upload videos, and you have your own contact page so people can contact you. You have your own shop page where people can order this. And this would be like a full-blown website and online store for your gym. But of course, you can tailor to any other use case. Hosting is pretty nice because of all the AI features, as you've seen, like automatically product description, and helps you writing the text on your website and even generates some images for you. So I can really recommend Hostinger. I really like building the website with it. And if you think so too, please make sure to use the link in the description. Just click on it and it will bring you to the Hostinger website. And here choose website builder Hostinger, and then use the coupon code JULIANWEBER during checkout, and it gives you an extra 10%. Yeah, thank you for listening. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, and we see us in the next tutorial. Thank you. Bye.